Hello everyone, Coach Carol here with you again. Today's tutorial is all about looking for GPTs in the new GPT store. You'll need to have a subscription to Chat GPT 4 to find it. But over here on my navigation bar, you'll see I have a couple of GPTs that I've already created for myself relating to ancestry, research, drawing artistic works to illustrate my ancestry, and one for research. I also use one of OpenAI's GPTs called Creative Writing Coach, which is really good for giving you feedback on your own writing, but that's the subject of another tutorial. Today, we're going to explore the GPTs. And as soon as you hit that Explore GPTs button, it takes you directly into the store where you can find GPTs that have already been created by many, many people across the world. You can also search for public GPTs that are of specific interest to yourself. You'll find that in the store you can browse according to the category. There's top picks, which you can see a couple of here. And then there's all of those to do with DALL-E, the image creation tool, all of those regarding writing, then productivity, research and analysis, programming, education, and lifestyle. And I'm sure there'll be more categories coming along. When you scroll down, you'll see what these GPTs are, and it's just a simple matter of clicking on them to find out what they do. For example, Canva, one of my favorite tools. This GPT will help you give instructions here for creating a Canva image. Underneath the top picks, you'll see some that are trending, and Canva is there again. There's a logo creator, an image generator, consensus, which is useful for AI research. And there's a video GPT and a grimoire for coding wizards. And you'll see beneath most of the categories a see more button that you can then see more. Underneath that are the ones that are created by the Chat GPT team. And DALL-E 3 is the one that I use most often, along with Creative Writing Coach. But how is this all going to help you with genealogy, you ask? One of the things you can do right at the top here is search for any GPTs that are on the subject of genealogy. Once I've typed in that word, I can see a number of genealogy-related GPTs. There's a few of them here by Stephen Little from the AIGenealogyInsights.com. Genealogy Eyes, I have used that one, and many people have also. It's gaining in popularity. And this one looks at images, photos, and documents through the eyes of a family historian. Another one by Stephen is underneath that, the Genealogy Summarizer, useful for summaries from texts, images, documents, etc. And there's another one by Stephen down here called AI Genealogy Insights Assistant. This time he's called his GPT Jane, who is the AI genealogist and guide. And there are quite a few more by other people that you can scroll through. Let's have a look at Genealogy Eyes. So all you do is click on it and it will automatically open a new chat window. I'm just waiting for the internet to catch up now. I'll just pause. Oh, here we go. All right. So it explains what it is up here at the top, how it looks at images, etc., and gives you some sample prompts that you could put in place directly. or you could upload an image and get it to have a look at it and tell you a little bit about that image. I'll pause here and I'll get one to demonstrate for you. I've uploaded one of the old census records for a relative of mine, and I just want Genealogy Eyes to look at it and tell me a little bit more about that image. So I could just click on that prompt. And it tells me that I need an image. So let me upload that image once again. And send the message. Here's the old census for 1911. And Genealogy Eyes is now scanning it. Giving me the date. Giving me the information about the old census. Having a bit of trouble with the spelling of some of the names, which is understandable. And then goes on to look at further research that I might do for this ancestor. So it's fairly comprehensive in its response to this request. And it does specify that this is for my family with Walter Frederick Allery as the head, working as a master tailor. But the spelling of the names, such as Hannah Roselle, no, that's not quite right. It's actually Harriet Priscilla, but it's done not a bad job from a handwritten old census from the inhabitants of a household on the night of Sunday, April the 2nd, 1911. And when it says things like that, puts it into narratives, it gives you more of an aspect of what it might have been like on that night for my grandfather to be filling in the census return and signing it with his own signature here. The Genealogy Eyes is just one of those that you can find in the store. Once you've used it, it'll appear here on the left-hand side in your navigation bar, and you can simply use it again later. But let's keep exploring a little bit further on these GPTs that you can use. And let's have a look at writing. And there's half a dozen there that are not bad. And you can see more here. And I think it's this one that I've used before, which is an automated blog post writer. And it leverages the web browsing and uses DALL-E for creating imagery. And it's by Octane. So clicking into that one. This one will appear in a few seconds. The internet is working a bit slowly today. There are probably millions of others looking in the store, of course. All right, so this particular GPT boasts that it can craft professionally written and researched blog posts in your unique voice, leveraging web browsing and DALL-E. So you can start with one of those prompts, and it will then ask you some questions. So let's try that. So it's asking now for me to tell him about the blog and the company I'm writing for, and send a link or just describe it so I can understand the audience better. And if you wish to use automated blog post writer again in the future, you can visit bloggygpt.com. However, let's have a go at a blog post on the topic of and I will go and find a link. So I'll pause here. So now I've added in the topic and let it know that I write for my company, Coach Carol Online, for genealogy-focused audiences. And I've put in a link to one of my blog posts so you can get an idea of my style. And now we'll make that. And so it goes right ahead and makes an assumption that my audience would like a blog about the intersection of technology and family history research, as you can see up here. I'm writing about GPTs, that is, generative pre-trained transformers, in the context of genealogy is a fresh and innovative topic that would likely engage your readers who are keen on utilizing technology in their genealogy pursuits. So then it goes on to ask me a question. Now let's define the goal of the article. And the question is, would you like to educate your readers on how GPTs can be used in genealogy, perhaps offering insights into how these tools can assist in research or data organization? And that's exactly what I would like it to do. So I'm going to highlight that, place it in the prompt, and let it create this GPTs for genealogy. So now it's structuring the blog post and suggesting that in order to do that effectively, these are the key questions. What are GPTs and how do they work in the context of genealogy? And then 4 other questions. So I answer his question. Do these questions align with my vision? Not going to worry about spelling. I'm sure it can work that out. And then try that. So it's an iterative process. It works on your responses to its questions. So now it's looking into some research, and it's doing his research with Bing. And it's let me know that once the research has been compiled, I'll provide you with a detailed summary. And that's exactly what's happening now. Notice that Genealogy Eyes is coming up in the answer there. So a whole set of information that I could use in a blog post, very quickly generated and right on topic and very up to date. So this GPT is a very good one to use in writing blog posts. That's the automated blog post writer. Remember, when you have your Chat GPT 4 subscription, all you need to do to find the store is click on Explore GPTs and then choose and have some fun. Remember, if you are searching for a particular category, put it in the search field at the top. And it will tell you the ones that you've recently found. Excellent. There's my ancestry artist down there as well. All right, so that's it from me. I'll be back with more tutorials later. Have some fun with the GPTs.